monster's ridiculous. It does a million damage, teleports all over the place, has long and wide range attacks, a supernova, and so much more bullshit. I hate this guy. I absolutely hate him. So here's the scenario. I'm a Swagax main. I absolutely love this weapon, but I wanted to take some time to learn the other weapons. So I started making videos of me learning the weapons and then learning some builds for them. And because I haven't posted a Switch Axe video, people think I'm a Lance main, and as cool as the Lance is, it's no Swagax. And on top of that, my Swagax skills have diminished because I haven't played it at all. I can't have that. Absolutely not. So today we are going to become a vampire. Some of you may think that's difficult, but no. I tell you, it's going to be very, very easy. It wouldn't be hard, I thought. It would only take 3 hours, I thought. It would be a quick video, I thought, but no. Oh, no. It was awful. Absolutely awful. This is worse than I thought. Let me take you back to where it all began. It was a normal day. I had just released a Gunlance video a few days prior, and I was in the process of brainstorming new ideas for my next one. A few ideas floated through my head, and as I finished a stream that had me tackling tough opponents, I felt super confident in my Switch Axe abilities. My confidence drove me to a singular idea: the Vampire Swagax. The idea revolved around the skill Bloodright, which is basically lifesteal in Monster Hunter. This ability was a nice quality of life skill, but I decided to go and try to push it to the max. And this might make some people ask, why not use a better weapon, something that utilizes Bloodright a little better? And to that, I pose you a question. What other weapon can latch onto a world-ending monster and steal its life force better and more like a vampire than the Switch Axe? Sure, the skill may be more efficient on other builds, but they aren't no vampires, okay? With that said, I began the research phase of the process. I needed to know what were the best skills to grab and how they synchronized and interacted with Bloodright. The two most immediate answers were Part Breaker and Blood Awakening. We'll start with Part Breaker because this is fundamental for Bloodright. In order for Bloodright to start doing its thing, I have to first break a part of the monster, whether it's its head, arms, tails, or any other important parts. I must break that part first to be able to steal life from it. But that's not all, because as soon as lifesteal begins, Blood Awakening becomes a blessing. Blood Awakening allows me to boost my attack the more I absorb life from a monster. Lifesteal equals more damage, which equals more lifesteal. Unfortunately, this ability only triggers as you take damage, because if you are at full HP, you aren't healing. This meant I needed a control way to take damage while still dealing damage. Most weapons would have to rely on the skill Bloodlust, which slowly drains your HP until you do enough damage. The Swagax does not have to build this, however. By utilizing our Elemental Discharge, we can latch onto a monster, take a bit of damage, and begin the healing process. It can be a bit risky, but ultimately worth it if I output enough damage. With that said, in order to get these skills and a weapon to amplify them, I would have to go and hunt Primordial Malzeno. Now this fight shouldn't be too bad, I've already done it before and realistically I could do it again. I only needed to beat it 2 or 3 times to get all the materials I needed, so it shouldn't take long. That was awful. I don't know what crack that Malzeno is on, but I don't remember him being that strong. It took everything I had to just beat him once. I've never struggled this badly in a fight. I failed so many times. I had to abandon the quest so many more times, and the amount of times I got to the end phase and I fainted is insane. I failed this quest so many times. I fainted. I probably fainted at least 100 times as well. It's all that 10 hours worth of fainting and failing and abandoning for 3 kills. I only managed to beat him 3 times in like 10 hours. I mean, this monster's ridiculous. It does a million damage, teleports all over the place, has long and wide range attacks, a supernova, and so much more bullshit. I hate this guy. I absolutely hate him. The amount of times I got to the last phase of the hunt just so Malzeno's Berserker pace could cook was outrageous. At some point, I had to stream my attempts, because if I didn't, I might have smashed my controller and my Switch to bits. But really, who cares about my sanity? you guys want to see some feints. And honestly, me too at this point. So here's a MV of me fainting over and over again. It has to be pretty short because of copyright, but you know, enjoy.
Can you hear, can you hear, can you hear my voice? Coming through, coming through, coming through the noise. I'm floating through outer space. I'm lost and I can't find a way. Oh, all the lights going dark and my hopes destroyed. Help me. Is anybody there? Save me. I'm running out of air. Calling out Mayday.
After nearly 9 hours of attempts, I had finally finished collecting the necessary materials for Primordial Malzeno's helmet, boots, and switch axe. I'm just glad it's now over. What do you mean I was fighting the wrong version? Because I like reading comprehension skills, I didn't realize this Primordial Malzeno was different from this Primordial Malzeno. So instead of fighting the medium hard monster that was this one, I fought one of the strongest monsters in the game, under-equipped. People usually rank this Malzeno version, dubbed Hazard Primordial Malzeno, as the second or third most difficult hunt in the game. So all of my frustration, stress, and effort were unnecessary. But because I had learned the truth after I had already done all the work, I could just sit back and be conflicted. I was somewhat relieved that I didn't completely suck, but I was kind of annoyed as well. Despite all the work, Hazard Malzeno had involved me as a player. My skill level on switch axe had greatly increased and I was even more confident using it. Through this challenge alone, I think Primordial Malzeno is my new favorite monster. It was at this point that I began to grind for my other skills. Weakness exploit, attack boost, crit eye, and critical boost are the most obvious grabs. They up my damage, and as you saw in my previous equation, more damage equals more life steal, which equals even more damage. The next skills on my list were some common switch axe skills. Power Prolonger and Evade Extender / Window were must-haves. Power Prolonger meant that this counter that unlocked my Boom Boom would stay in Boom Boom mode for longer. More Boom Boom means more swag points, and these points are very important, I swear. The other two skills, Evade Window and Extender, just helped me overcome some of the switch axe's immobility. This meant that I could just be more aggressive overall. The final priority skill I wanted was an interesting one, Recovery Up. Recovery Up increases the amount of HP you heal. Using this logic, theoretically, it should help me with lifesteal as well. After doing some research and running my own tests, my conclusion was, Recovery Up does in fact increase HP healed, so this became a must-have. With this slowdown in these skills, you may think we are finished, but no, not even close. There was one major issue with this armor set, the armor level. Only having this much armor meant that it was going to be harder to out-heal monster attacks, especially when you start getting to some of the stronger monsters. Unfortunately for me, after the Lance tank video, I was left broke and homeless. I barely had any armor spears and curio materials. This meant I would have to grind both so I could boost the amount of armor I had. And oh boy, does it take a while. After maybe 5 hours of grinding, I managed to massively upgrade my armor and switch axe. Now with every single page in this book complete, it was time to demonstrate the abilities of the Vampire Swag Axe. Enjoy the show. I'll be honest, I'm too lazy to record another compilation. As I sit here in the moonlight, I began to ponder the journey here. Through a very righteous Hazard Primordial Malzeno, I improved as a player and developed Stockholm Syndrome. Through the grind to get my armor, I had learned my newfound strength. And through the grind to improve that armor, I honed my skills. Everything was complete, but I couldn't get one thing out of my head. I needed to do one last thing. Let's go!